I wanted to feel elegant and I wanted to feel a bit glamorous, so I decided why not do a gown haul. This one makes me feel like a princess. Hey everybody! So it is fall, which means it is around wedding season, it's around formal wear season, and although I don't have an event to go to, I wanted to feel elegant and I wanted to feel a bit glamorous, so I decided why not do a gown haul, a dress haul, and see how it works for me. I just wanted to uplift my radiance in a way, so check out these dresses that I got. Okay guys, this one makes me feel like a princess. I don't know how else to put it, but like a European princess. It gives me Anastasia vibes from that movie that we all thought was Disney, but is not. Great movie. But like, I love the elegant draping. It makes me feel like I am part of the upper class, which is a nice feeling. I think, you know, I thought I'd be hesitant with the full-on monochrome down to the sleeves. I thought sleeves was too much, but honestly, I think the sleeves elevates it even more. Like, ooh, can't touch that. I will say, my only nitpicky things is that I did wish I went down a size because I was not aware that this is actual ruching here, and you have to adjust the ruching yourself to make it fit or look nice. I think if it was a bit more fitted, then the ruching would make more sense. And then also just the sleeves are a bit loose for me on the fingers. I have small hands and I'm not sure how I would fix that, but if it was a much sleeker fit, particularly around the wrist area, I think it'd look so much better. One thing I would say to add on to this outfit, I would actually add more jewelry like a bracelet or even rings just to make these gloves seem like they fit better. But I love this. I just love, like that. It just makes me feel so posh. So for this overall, I think I am going to give it an 8 out of 10 just because I can see places where I can accessorize a bit to make it look more sleek, and I do think just this ruching part kind of throws me off because it does give a little bit of frumpiness, but overall, like, this back looking vibe thing going on, I love it. I absolutely love it. So you know what, forget the 8. We're bringing it up to an 8.5 because I really do feel classy in this, and it really makes me feel amazing. Alright, so I had a vision with this one. I was thinking midnight dinner, Paris, and I think I kind of got the vibe, right? I love a good satin or silk dress. I feel like they always hug the body in the right way. The shine, the shimmer always works. I think honestly so far this might be my favorite dress of the entire haul so far. I feel like the ruching's in the right place. I love the fact that this draping isn't too much. Like, it feels secure. It doesn't even feel like actual draping. My only thing with it is like this little flap here. Like, it's nice when it's over. I love the little extra accent, but I do wish that the inside of this fabric, when it flips over, is the same material as the outside, so that way it is not kind of just satin all over. But overall, guys, I feel I feel like modern Cinderella in this dress. I paired it up with pearls because I do think the dark color with the white pearls definitely works. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I just feel elegant. I feel like I'm going to the opera or something. So this, as I said, this is probably my favorite so far. I think I'm going to give this one a 9.5 just because I love how it is all over. And I will say though, with satin silk dresses, the material is unforgiving, so just make sure you wear something seamless underneath because that will be the one thing that brings it down. So yeah, 9.5 for me. I think I'm just gonna keep wearing this because I love it. So I was feeling a bit curious and adventurous. I know it is like fall season right now, so I wanted to go into an autumn color palette because I know those colors work well for me. So that is why I went with the Great Pumpkin. And I wanted to feel like regal. And you know, I think in terms of design, this definitely does make me feel regal, especially with the sleeves type of thing coming off and on the side, and especially with this. But I will say, putting this on, there's a few things that make me go like, like, I like this sash. I like it. I don't know if a sash just screams queen, but it screams queen to me. But like over here, right around the belly area, it's a bit loose. And I don't know if that's just so that way when you eat, it hides it a bit, which is great. But I do think how they draped it and how everything's cut and styled, particularly in this middle area, it feels like it could be a bit better. I will say I love a nice satin or silk dress, but I think going forward I'll be more aware of color when it comes to it, because I do think due to this color, which is not too dark but also not too light, you can see every single wrinkle, and the way it catches the light, sometimes it's good, but then from other angles it's not so great. Whereas where I had that blue satin dress, it was just beautiful all throughout. So I think going forward when it comes to satins or silk dresses, I think I may go darker or extremely light, like creams and things like that. So overall for me though, I don't know why I felt cool and lightweight with that blue satin dress that just putting this on. It feels heavy, it feels hot. The sleeves here are a bit restricting, like I can't put my arm out without it being cold. You would think with the pearls it would just roll up, but it doesn't. It's literally just this top one that I wish was a bit more longer or something to make it work. The bottom one is fine, but I feel regal. But I feel like I could have done a better job. So for this, I'm gonna have to give it, maybe a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 because there's just little things and they add up. And as regal as I feel in this, I feel like it's making my crown tilt a bit. So definitely a 6. I feel like I put on the sun. I feel happy. I feel golden. I feel like sunshine. And, you know, I was a bit hesitant when it came to this for a few reasons. One, I was really confused about where this whole top part goes up to, if it's supposed to be higher up, lower up. In the picture when I bought it, it was lower. I do think you could bring it higher, but I do think this plunging neckline works best for this instead of something high up. The other reason why I was so skeptical is because under the front here, there's like a lining which covers the front, but it doesn't cover the back. So to me, the back is a little bit see-through, and that kind of makes me feel very, very insecure when it comes to this. I like the slit. It's honestly not the most necessary, but it does help when walking around. It's really, really nice. Uh, Overall, in terms of how this outfit makes me feel, I want to give it a high score because I've never worn a dress like this with a plunging low neckline. I've never felt so confident in this whole front aspect of this dress. But this back, not having a lining here, not having like this be as like fitted or secure as I would want, just literally, honestly, I would have given this like a 9 if it wasn't for the lining not being there in the back. Because overall it fits, but because it doesn't have that lining, and for me as a female, I want to feel secure. I want to feel confident. I don't want to have to constantly be like, oh, is anything showing if I'm going out? So for that and that alone, I'm going to have to give this dress a 7. Even though it makes me feel like sunshine, I do think yellow might just be my color. So I definitely will look into more yellow outfits, yellow dresses, and things like that. But literally just because the lack of security with no lining in the back, have to give this a 7. We could do better. Come on now. All right, guys, so that's it for my gown haul. I got them in different colors, which lets me know where I gravitate to, where I feel the most confident and colorful in. And honestly, this haul did exactly what I hoped it would do, which is made me feel elegant and glamorous and regal. And I love that for me. Um, these are the final scores when it comes to this entire haul, which gives me an overall average score of 7.75, which isn't so bad. There are some misses in here, but I'm very grateful for even the chance to explore different dress options. If you guys have any recommendations on dresses or gowns or where you get your outfits at, I would love to know all down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.